Hello everybody, I'm going to offer you another little snippet, another little conclusion as to how to live a more wondrous life. And I'm going to talk today about life on the fringe of your comfort zone. And there's a reason for that, because as you know, I don't know if sometimes if I'm doing these videos as a sort of a self-help hypnotherapy type thing, or if I'm doing it more as a David Attenborough exploration type thing. But look what I have found. And this, I haven't found this on a map. I'm not sure this is on a map. I guess it must be on somebody's map, but it's certainly not on a publicly available map. Can you see down there? There are 3 or 4 cliff dwellings. There's a door. I have no idea how the inhabitants of that would have got through that door, because that's on a sheer cliff edge. And we're talking about a hefty building here, so there must have been numerous people that lived there. Life on your comfort zone, life in your comfort zone, is somewhat predictable. It reconfirms to you what it is that you already know. And the more you do what you've always done, the more you get what you've always got. Now, that might be good. Yeah, you might be on a successful trajectory. You may have identified the things that are the ingredients of success, let's say. And so you're doing that because it works. But there is a point at which it's going to stop working. And there is a point at which these extraordinary ingredients are going to become like the walls of a prison. It's a sort of an ossification. It's a sort of a dying when you maintain what it was that you did yesterday. It can be quite safe. It can be quite secure. It can give you a sense of security. But what is the value of a sense of security unless it gives you courage to go and explore the boundaries of what it is to be you? And I kind of think that's what that is, right? I mean, they obviously did it for good reasons, right? They did it because it was safe and secure. It was a place where they wouldn't get attacked. It's a place where their stuff wouldn't be eaten by mountain lions, and where they could see any potential predators coming. And Lord knows how the potential predators would get up and attack them, but they would certainly have a unitary way of fighting back. But somebody had to decide in the first place. You see that ridiculous place on the side of a cliff? We're going to live there. And they must have persuaded the other people to say, oh, okay, yeah? I think there's a story like that going on inside of people, yeah? You see that ridiculous mountain over there, or whatever it may be, yeah? I know you think you know what you are, but have you considered the possibility and you kind of go, whew, that sounds a bit risky. And it probably is a bit risky, because you don't know it, and you'll never know it until you try it. Now, I'm not saying you go off and start skydiving off of the tallest mountain that you can find. But there are ways to chunk things down that are slightly beyond your comfort zone in order to discover stuff about you that you weren't aware. Yeah? Experience trumps intellect every time. Imagination trumps intellect, but experience, that's real. You can hang your hat on that. And so you are then forever with an expanded wedge onto what it is that you think that you're you. And then that becomes part of your comfort zone. And then you can push a little further and then push a little further. And you end up being an extraordinary success as a result. Now, the likelihood is if you push beyond your comfort zone, you're going to make mistakes, right? Because that's what people always do. But that's what we've always done. Ships have an anchor, right? They keep you still. Ships have a harbor to keep them safe when they've got their anchor tied to the ground. But that's not where ships are supposed to be. Let's just leave it at that. That's enough, yeah? The joy, the fructiousness, the extraordinariness, the surprise, the pizzazz of life lies on that fringe.